Growing up, did you feel that your mom wasn't like the other moms you saw around? You probably couldn't explain it as a child. As an adult, do you wonder if you were raised by Sleeping Beauty's wicked stepmother? You know the type, narcissistic. So in this video, let's talk about 7 signs of a narcissistic mother. Make sure to stick around until the end, because we'll also talk about ways you can begin healing from having a narcissistic mother. Mom is always the victim. Narcissistic mothers are known for overusing their victim cards. I say overuse because all mothers occasionally feel victimized, but it's mostly harmless. Narcissistic moms are a different breed. If your mom had narcissistic traits, you probably grew up listening to your mom's endless vows. No one has sacrificed more than she has, and no one has endured more injustice than her. The thing is, these so-called injustices and sacrifices are laughable because she sees even minor inconveniences as great tragedies. Growing up with a mom who never took responsibility for her actions, complained endlessly, and didn't change anything was probably really confusing. Because what are we told as children? The exact opposite. Own your mistakes, don't complain, and change your negative behaviors. But when you've got a narcissist for a mom, all common sense goes out the window. Unlike other moms who want to do everything they can to take away their children's pain, your mom was the source of your pain. Mom is jealous. So remember how I said being raised by a narcissistic mother can feel like you were raised by Sleeping Beauty's evil stepmom? Here's why. Turns out, narcissistic mothers can be jealous of their own kids. They don't like feeling overshadowed, not even by their own children. Take Sleeping Beauty's story, for example. She was prettier, kinder, and more loved by everyone, which made the evil queen want her gone. Now hold up, it's not always that extreme. Your mom probably doesn't want to harm you. But unlike most moms who genuinely celebrate their children's achievements, narcissistic mothers often only show pride outwardly. Behind closed doors, they might see you as a rival. So ask yourself, did your mom make you feel like you were in competition with her while growing up? Criticizing, sabotaging, and undermining you at every turn? Understanding these dynamics can be the first step towards healing and creating healthier relationships. Remember, you deserve love and support that lifts you up, not competition from those who should be your biggest champions. Mom lacks empathy. Narcissists lack empathy, meaning they struggle to understand or care about other people's feelings. They might only show empathy if they can gain something from it. If you grew up with a narcissistic mother, you likely noticed that she didn't provide the typical care and support expected from a mother. For example, she might not have comforted or expressed understanding when you experienced your first heartbreak. Instead, she was probably too focused on her own concerns to notice or offer any type of support for you. If this video so far is ringing a bell and you want to learn more about narcissism, be sure to check out our other video, where we discuss the 9 traits of a narcissist in detail. Mom is the star. All narcissists crave attention, and maybe you noticed that your mom did too while you were growing up. Compliments about her appearance, parenting skills, or intelligence fueled her ego. She'd put on a show for the world to receive praise and admiration, boosting her fragile self-esteem. It's all about maintaining appearances. As a child, if you acted out in public, she felt embarrassed, not because she cared about being a good mother, but because it reflected poorly on her. While your friends might have thought she was the best mom, you knew the reality was different. As you got older, did you notice her getting upset when you received praise or compliments for your accomplishments? Instead of being a proud mom, she would guilt trip you, saying things like, "You should be grateful for what I've done for you. You wouldn't be here without all my sacrifices." Essentially, she wanted you to idolize her without doing anything to deserve it. Mom lacks boundaries. Children raised by parents with healthy boundaries learn about personal space and privacy early on. Unfortunately, if you had a narcissistic mother, she likely disregarded your boundaries and crossed lines without thinking twice. I remember having a conversation with a client who grew up with narcissistic parents. During our discussion, he recalled instances where he couldn't lock his bedroom door, and his parents went so far as to remove the door to his room because they thought he was being secretive. Did your mom invade your privacy as a child? Ask you uncomfortable questions or share inappropriate details about her life with you? These behaviors are common among narcissistic parents who view their children as an extension of themselves rather than an independent individual with their own boundaries. Mom is a manipulator. Did your mom always tell you what to do and how to feel? If you did things her way, she was all smiles and treats. But if you dared to be different, she was quick to show her disapproval. It was like walking on eggshells, trying to guess what will keep her happy so you didn't end up in the hot seat. She only supported you if she approved of your decisions. There was no such thing as unconditional love with your mom. Her love always came with conditions. If she was on board, you had the green light to go ahead, but so long as you did exactly what she wanted. If you stepped out of line, she would put down your choices and made you second guess. And then there were the head games. She twisted things around and made you question your memories or feelings. She kept you so close that you felt like you couldn't make a move without her say so. Occasionally, she would throw you a bone, a compliment or a hug, just enough to make you crave her approval. All these manipulation techniques were ultimately feeding her own ego. It had nothing to do with your happiness. Instead, it was all about control and what made her happy. Mom is inconsistent. We can all agree that parenting is a tough job. It's even more complicated when parents lack consistency, which makes children feel unsafe. If you grew up with a narcissistic mom, I bet you experienced a lot of inconsistency and unpredictability. You were probably surprised by many things your mom did that weren't quite like how the other moms and dads did things. I'm sure there were times when you compared your mom to your best friend's mom and thought, why is my mom like this? Let me give you an example. Say you got good grades in school. Healthy parents would react to an accomplishment like this with happiness and pride. This wasn't the case in your house. Even though you were happy to share your good grades with your mom, you never knew how she would react. She probably acted like a healthy parent, outwardly praising you to look good in front of others and boost her image. But behind closed doors, she acted jealous because your accomplishments threatened her. She minimized your hard work and even tried to take credit for your achievements. Sounds pretty accurate? Let's face it, it's not easy growing up with narcissistic parents. Now that you realize this, what can you do to start healing and move forward with life? Tip number 1, grieve your childhood. You probably already resent your narcissistic parent. Do you feel it's unfair that you didn't get good, loving parents like your friends? But the problem with history is it can't be changed. You can't go back in time and change how you were treated as a child. As an adult, however, you can grieve the great loving mother you never had, the healthy childhood you never had, and grieve the person you could have become if you had the love and support of a good mother. Once you process these losses, you can accept the anger and resentment and move forward. Tip number 2, set boundaries. Setting boundaries with a narcissistic parent might be challenging at first. They'll push back and try various things to make you relent. Stay firm and don't let them shame, guilt trip, or blame you. You have the power to limit contact or cut them off entirely if that's what's necessary for your well-being. Trust your instincts and prioritize your sanity above all else. Tip number 3, stop the abuse. If you've reached this point, you've had enough. You're ready to put an end to the abuse from your narcissistic parent. Be aware that taking the stand may come with consequences. You might lose relationships not only with the narcissistic parent, but also with other family members, including siblings and extended family. Realizing that some loved ones may not support your decision can be painful, but reclaiming your power often requires making difficult choices. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click the like button before you go. As always, Remember to spread loving kindness to all beings around you and be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.